What's going on, guys? It's been quite some time since I did my last comic book haul. I think it's been over 2 years. And, a lot of things have been going on in my life with, graduating school recently, starting a new job, um, you know, getting new opportunities. So I've been in and out, between collecting. I think the last time I did a comic book haul, we were in the midst of a pandemic still. Um, I think I was out of work during that time and didn't have the right resources to, keep on collecting and things like that. And on top of that, I was going through school while during the pandemic. So that basically took a lot of my free time. So yeah, I was just going through a lot that year, as was everybody else. So to be able to continue the comic book journey of mine, and build up my collection, is to something that I enjoy, and something that I can do, and just have a hobby of and look forward to. Is just really much of a blessing that I've been able to continue this journey. And I don't tell y'all this, or any of my subscribers or any of the people who may watch my videos, that I love y'all all. The comic book community on YouTube has shown me new things, and has shown me, they've been a valuable resource for me as well. And we all just happen to be one big happy family, although we don't really talk to each other very much. I think. I think a lot of the old comic book haul YouTuber guys that I watched growing up, I don't think they're on YouTube as frequently as they were when I used to first started collecting a couple of years ago, about 8 to 10 years ago. Wow, that's actually kind of hard to believe, because my first couple of haul videos was around 2014, 2015, and man, time has really been going by fast for me. As you can see, all the things that have been happening in the last 10 years. So, yeah, hopefully I can get consistent on this. Hopefully I can, be more active. I started a new job. So, yeah, that's been going well for me. And I've been wanting to start up my own business soon, as well, to do on the side. So that's going to be happening within the next 6 months to a year. So uh, quite a busy year for me. So, but anyway, I like to start this all off with a couple of books I got. Ghost Rider. I honestly don't know why I got these books. I guess I was just kind of feeling the cover. And they were only a couple bucks each. I'm going to show the other one next, but this is issue 42. Um, I don't think there's any significance of the book, but I guess I just like the cover. Um, there's one thing I've had been noticing with me lately in regards to collecting comic books in general. Lately, guys, when it comes to comic book collecting, um, I always recommend to buy buy what you like. I mean, if you find something that you can flip and make a decent profit off of, to where you can buy what you actually want, by all means buy that book. But don't go wasting time with subtle keys like this. This isn't a key, by the way. I'm just, well, it could be a key. It says Showdown with the Enforcer. I don't know if that's actually a first appearance or not, but it could be a key. It could not be. But don't waste your time with, books that are invaluable like this. Get what you want and get it quickly before, the prices go up and down on it. Your Amazing Fantasy 15s, your Journey into Mystery 83s, your Tales of Suspenses 39. Those are the books that are going to, only grow in value. And it's only going to be harder and harder for you to actually get that book that you want. Um, I've come to the realization of that over the last 2 years, where I've been buying issues that, have no meaning. I mean, uh, you know, like these Ghost Rider books are cool and all. I like the covers, but did I really need them at the same time? Um, Another thing I've been noticing a lot, and by the way, this is Ghost Rider 24. I'm just going on a quick talk of what I learned over the last 2 years. Another thing I've learned over the last 2 years, always have a budget. Always have a budget in mind. One thing I used to spend a lot of money on when I was in high school that prevented me from saving a lot of money for what I wanted now was food. I used to eat out Bojangles, McDonald's, Subway, Arby's, you name it. I used to eat out every single day at high school. And most half of my paycheck at least was going into, food every day. And, if you really think about it, I could have spent that $150 every 2 weeks from food. I could have cut that down maybe to like $15 every 2 weeks. And I could have had $100 left over for savings for, either college, even though luckily my student loans wasn't that bad, or, more comic books because, that's what I enjoy. Or lately retro video games. I've been starting to collect those too. So, that's why I enjoy. Don't waste your time with, subtle comic books that, you might not keep, you might not want. If they're to fill in a run, by all means do it. But, they shouldn't be the end all be all of everything. Budgeting, or maybe that's just me because I work in finance now. So, budgeting is, become my top priority thing. If I can't budget it, I'm not going to do it. If I don't have savings left, I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, that's just a piece of advice for all you comic book fans on YouTube. Always save for what you want. Don't waste your time with subtlety differences. There have been a couple of books that came out over these past 2 years that just really got on my nerves. Hell Arisen 3 and whatever that Batman 89, what was it, the first appearance of Punchline. The book was being flipped for about 50, 70, sometimes $100 before it even got on shelves. Um, why would you waste your money on that? Speculation? Even if they did want to make a movie out of it, Harley Quinn will always be the original. She will always be the better character no matter what they do with Punchline. And after the craze of Hell Arisen 3 and Batman 89 have gone, Punchline has become, more of a more of an afterthought. That's what she really is more of an afterthought. She's not as popular as she was 2 years ago, or 2 years ago when she first made her debut. And people don't really talk about her as much as she did, when she first came out. So that's my advice to y'all, just to buy the book that you want. Don't waste your time settling with, wasting these times on these $5 books, because these $5 books will eventually add up to something that you actually want. So yeah, there's my piece of advice for the day. Right here is Amazing Spider-Man 134. This is the first appearance of Tarantula. I've always wanted this book. I just always put it off to the side because, I wanted to get more important issues of the Spider-Man run. But I saw this at my local comic book shop, and it had to be at least a 8.0, at least, at the very least. Well, this ding right here, as you can see, that might affect the grade a little bit, but other than that, this book is pretty solid. This is definitely at least an 8.0. So yeah, I just picked it up, and I was like, I've always wanted this book, so, and I need to fill in my Spider-Man run. One of my goals is to complete Spider-Man 1 through 400. So yeah, this is one step closer. And Tarantula is a pretty underrated villain. I think it should be utilized a little bit more in the Spider-Man universe. But, it is what it is. Maybe they should change his powers from the Silver Age. I don't know what his up-to-date powers are, but in the Silver Age, When you're reading the comic books, he has those sharp foot. I'm guessing that's supposed to symbolize something that that a tarantula does. I don't know, but yeah, it's a good book to have. I'm glad to have it in my collection. But hopefully, I can start getting some more single digit issue Spider-Man, because those are becoming very, very hard to get to. Um, Here's another book that I've wanted for a while. Amazing Spider-Man 122. I'm still looking for a 121. I've been putting that behind me for some time, and I don't know when I'm going to get it, but hopefully it's soon. This is the death of the Green Goblin. Even though I have it, I will most likely sell it because I got it for a relatively cheap price, and this thing is just kind of beat up. So yeah, I definitely going to sell it and put it towards a better book, because with a book like this I can always replace it. It's not in the $1,000 range. Well, it's not in the $1,000 range yet, at least. Like with most Spider-Man books that are going up in value nowadays. Uh, yeah, I'm probably just going to get rid of it because I just want to put it down towards a better book. And there's quite a few books I have in mind. I still need a House of Secrets 92. I actually sold my Amazing Spider-Man 129, the one that I had in one of my comic book hauls a couple of years ago, and I have no idea why I sold it. I thought I sold it to get money for the Amazing Spider-Man 13 I had, but I saw them in the same video together, and I was like, why in the world did I sell that? And uh, oh, actually, yeah, that's the reason why I sold it. I wanted to get an upgrade for it, but looking back at it today, it was probably a stupid decision, especially for the price I got the 129 at. But hey, what are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some. But yeah, I'm happy to have this placeholder in my collection for the time being. But when I get an upgraded copy, I will definitely let this copy go. But it's still good to have in the collection. Now, enough about me. So, how are y'all doing? Comic book viewers who are on YouTube, how are y'all doing? Because it has been a while since I've heard from you guys. Um, I just want to know. Just comment down below. What's been going on with you guys in your life. How have you been making it through this pandemic? And what's your goal for the next 2 years, 2022, 2023? It's hard to believe we're almost done with 2022. I feel like the year has just started. Started. I said started. I don't know why. But yeah, we're going through rough times, with the recession probably looming. Things with politics have gotten a lot out of control. So it's always a good thing to have comic books as a hobby. Okay, so right here we have the Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love #2. I've always wanted to collect this series, and I've just always put it to the side because I always felt like there were more important books. But I saw this one at one of my local comic book shops, and it was in a very, very really good condition. See if I can focus this real quick. I think it would be at least a 7.0, if not more. This is a really, really nice, sharp looking copy. Well, actually, that 25-cent stamp is a little faded, but I think that shouldn't be fine. Oh, yeah, that little crease down there, but I think it's at least a 7.0. Definitely one of this Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. Excuse me. It's kind of a hard to say in all in one word because it's like a tongue twister almost. But the Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love has some of the best horror covers from the Bronze Age that I've ever seen. DC in general has the best Bronze Age horror comics. They definitely own the Bronze Age when it came to horror comics, in my opinion. And hopefully I can start collecting a lot more horror comics books from them. I've always wanted to collect pre-code horror comics, but they aren't a extreme priority right now because they're a little up in price. Why buy those comics when I can just complete my first 10 issues of Spider-Man? Even though I probably won't get Amazing Spider-Man #1 because that book has just gotten, ridiculous since the first time I started collecting, which was 2014. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Amazing Fantasy 15 used to only go for about $5,000 each when I first started collecting. Now it's Amazing Fantasy 15 is almost $20,000 or more, and Amazing Spider-Man #1 is around that $10,000 to $15,000 range, if not more. So I might end up getting the golden record reprint of issue 1 just to fill into my collection and say I'm done. But you know, it is what it is. But as for the horror stuff, like I said, DC has the best Bronze Age horror comics. Um, House of Secrets, Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love, Ghosts, um, the Tales of the Unexpected. I think they're all good series from the Bronze Age. And the Silver Age, they were a little bit iffy, but the Bronze Age, they definitely nailed it in my point of view. Um, Hopefully, I can start collecting pre-code horror if I can find them for a good price. Um, Here's one of the bigger pickups that I've had since my time. Never thought I would have this book at all. This is Incredible Hulk 181. Really needs no introduction. It's a little bit, well, by a little bit, I mean a lot, suntanned. But this is first appearance of Wolverine. Y'all already know what it is. Um, what else is there more to say about this book? I mean, this is the Mark Jewelers variant. I don't know how rare it is compared to the normal. I tried to do some research on it before getting it because I wanted to make sure before I actually put the money down to buy it. I only saw one copy on eBay. That's sorry. Let me just go ahead and shut this door. Now that we got that taken out of the way, I'm sorry about the phone. I don't. Nobody normally calls, so that's kind of unexpected. So, but this is the first appearance of Wolverine, Mark Jewelers variant. I'm kind of surprised when I looked on eBay. I saw only one copy of a Mark Jewelers variant, and there was no Mark Jewelers variant sold within the last 30 to 60 days. I never looked past 60 days, but 30 to 60 days, I never saw any buy from a Mark Jewelers variant. So the Marvel value stamp is cut out of this, but I really didn't care, quite honestly. I already knew that I had to get this book. I didn't know I was going to get this book as soon as I did. I thought it would have taken me a few more years, maybe 10 more years to get this book, but I have it now. Um, One of the things that, pressured me to buy it, especially knowing that it was a Mark Jewelers variant, one of the things that pressured me to buy is because we did see Professor Xavier in Doctor Strange 2, and you never know what Marvel is going to do with the X-Men. They could drop a little bit of news tomorrow. They could do it next year. And, this was a pretty good deal. I got it for $1,800, but I actually didn't pay 18. Well, I technically did, but I didn't at the same time because I had a bunch of leftover cashback credit on my credit cards. So in the end, I paid about $1,400 for it. And I've been doing it on a payment plan as well, financing, just so I can build credit with it. I mean, I could have paid for it out of pocket, but why do that when I can build my savings and build my credit at the same time? So yeah, this book. I mean, people on YouTube have seen it a million times before at this point already, so there's probably nothing different about mine. Especially when it has the suntan. I actually don't mind the suntan at all, but I'm just so happy to have this book in my collection. I might upgrade it, I might not. That will remain to be seen. Depends on what happens in the future, but as for now, I am happy to have that book, and I'm surprised I brought that book out as early as I did, but you know how it is. We got some Amazing Spider-Man 361. This is my second copy. Uh, First appearance of Carnage. I think this book has cooled down a little bit since the Venom 2 movie, Let There Be Carnage. I personally never saw it because, the whole Fox, Columbia, outside Marvel studio thing. It's just kind of annoying more than it is, a movie. It's just they're trying to make these movies about villains without the Spider-Man character, and it's just annoying, honestly. Like give these characters to Tom Holland Spider-Man. I may not. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that as well. Since it's been 2 years, the Spider-Man, the third movie of the Spider-Man MCU's trilogy, it was either Far From Home or No Way Home. I keep on getting the names mixed up, but the one with the most recent one, the one with the Sinister Six, they finally got Tom Holland right. One of the main reasons why I didn't like Tom Holland was because he relied so much on Iron Man, and you know, Spider Man, when you read him in the comics, especially the early Steve Ditko and Stan Lee comics, he was his own thing. He made his own suits, his own gadget. He was his own independent man. He wasn't bullied. I mean, he was picked on a little bit for being awkward, but he wasn't bullied by any means. And Tom Holland wasn't just he just wasn't Spider Man. Hopefully, the ending of that movie, what's the word I'm looking for? Rejuvenates his take on Spider-Man. I'll wait for it to be seen, but hopefully, Venom and Carnage can actually be in the MCU. But who knows? What do we got here? Deadpool, Mark with the Mouth, issue 7, first appearance of Lady Deadpool, to go with my New Mutants 98. Well, this book is kind of a one-off book. I like it, yeah, but it's Lady Deadpool has never been an important character to me. I've always liked Deadpool, but Lady Deadpool hasn't been that really that important. So who knows? I might end up selling it for a bigger book, but that remains to be seen. But yeah, first appearance of Lady Deadpool. Have to work really quickly because I know I only have a limited time, especially shooting in 4K resolution. Right here we have Amazing Spider-Man issue 119, the first battle with the it's not, I'm pretty sure it's not the first battle, but it's one of the best battles, one of the best covers, Spider-Man versus Hulk. So yeah, this is actually another really good looking book. It's probably a solid 8 or higher. So yeah, definitely a good book. I read all these books online, so I don't have to take them out of the bag and board. But there's always sometimes I actually like to take it out of the bag and board, just to flip through them and get that new comic book, not the new comic book smell, but the old comic book smell, this newsprint. I love the smell of that newsprint for some reason. I don't ask me why, but I do. Right now we have right here we have Amazing Spider-Man 114. This is the first full appearance of Hammerhead. 113 is technically the cameo appearance, even though some people consider it the first appearance. Which is quite odd because he only appears in one panel like Wolverine did in Hulk 180, but Hulk 181 is considered the first appearance of Wolverine, but this isn't considered the first appearance of Hammerhead. It's just a weird thing with comic books. I don't know why, but yeah, Hammerhead was one of my favorite villains in the Spectacular Spider-Man TV show, so I was quick to pick that up. There was 113 there, but it wasn't quite as good as condition as this is. So happy to add another book to my Spider-Man collection. Right here is Wolverine issue 4. I don't know why. Oh yeah, this was only like $4 or something like that. So yeah, I got that. It's not in the best shape. I think it's about a 5.0, 4 or 5.0, but it was only $4, so I decided to pick it up. I might resell it. I don't know. I'll definitely think about it. Because I do want to eventually get the Wolverine series to go with the Hulk 181, but um, it's nothing I particularly need right now. So yeah, but I just picked it up. What do we have here next? Oh yes, I've been lacking. I've been extremely lacking on the Star Wars books. Um, I never been a Star Wars fan. Up until 2 years ago, when I did my last video, I was never a Star Wars fan. I never really collected Star Wars. But I ended up watching all the Star Wars movies a year after I uploaded my last comic book haul video, and I love them. So eventually, I will be getting the urge to start collecting Star Wars comics. But they're also expensive now, especially with the Obi-Wan stuff, which I did get finished watching last week, and it was really good. So yeah, but here we have Darth Vader #1. This is the director's cut, not the first print. I will eventually get the first print, but something I'm good have for now. Um, and for the final book of the day, something as close to single digit Spidey I'll have for now. This is Amazing Spider-Man 13, the first appearance of Mysterio. Uh, he's a top 10 Spider-Man villain, definitely not a top 5 in my opinion. When it comes to the top 5 Spider-Man villains, you obviously got to put Green Goblin at 1 or Dr. Octopus at 1. It's those two is your 1 and 2. I highly doubt any other for, Spider-Man, his main villain to be either, you know, Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus. That always has to be in your top 2. It would be really weird if somebody said other than that. Oh, well, I guess I have to say Venom too. I can't believe I forgot about Venom because Venom is one of my favorite as well. So, okay, so top 3. Those have to be in one of your top 3 Spider-Man villains. Either Venom, Doc Ock, or Green Goblin. So yeah, but Mysterio's not top 5. He's more of a top 10. If I were to rank them in Spider-Man villains, I would say maybe around 7 or 8, maybe. Um, Maybe not even that low. I'd probably put him around 10. Because you have to think of, Sandman, Electro, the Lizard, Scorpion, Kraven the Hunter, Kingpin. So, Hobgoblin, Black Cat, if you consider her as a villain. But I found this at a good deal, and I know I want to complete my Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 400, and, getting rid of the early issues is going to be something that's a lot easier for me, so I decided to pick this up. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the haul today. It's been great, talking with you guys over the past 30 minutes or so. I'm glad to be here on YouTube again doing comic book calls. This is something I really enjoy. We haven't had a comic book convention here in my area for 3 years now. So, most of my stuff has been either on eBay or getting extremely lucky at a comic book shop. So, that's one thing to put it into perspective. Hopefully we can get our cons here in this area pretty soon again. I talked to the people who run the cons. They said they don't know when it's coming back, but hopefully we can get it back soon. And it's been good talking with y'all. And hopefully I can do another comic book call within the next couple months. But until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. And yeah, I hope all y'all have a blessed day and a happy 4th of July.